Hey, Steve Gamache here with a Chef Knives to Go quick look product video, and we are looking at the Masakage Kiri Gyuto 210mm knife. This line of knives has a core steel of VG10 stainless at the heat treat of about 61 to 62 Rockwell on that core steel. The construction has a stainless layered cladding over the top of that harder core stainless steel, so it's an all stainless 3-layer sandwich with the cladding, I should say, not necessarily layer, but multiple layers in the cladding for that look. And you can see the layers of that cladding show up when the grind of the knife starts from the face of the blade all the way down to the core, or the edge right there. It's a real nice effect. It's kind of a frosted kind of effect. The weight on the knife is 153 grams, or about 5.4 ounces. The blade length is right around 215 on this particular sample. These will vary just a little bit from knife to knife. The overall length is about 360 millimeters, and the spine at the heel or chin right about here is about 3.2 millimeters, and then it thins down after that right around, I think, 2-ish right here, and then holds most of that until you hit the grind of the knife, which really starts kind of low on this, so the tip doesn't have a lot of distal taper to it. The height of this knife is 47.6 millimeter back here by the chin or heel to the spine, and the handle is their oval ambidextrous magnolia wood, red paca wood for the ferrule. The dimensions or circumference size of this handle right about here is 3 inches, so it's a pretty standard size handle. And this has Masakage's signature curved imoto or neck into the choil with kind of a back edge point to it because it curves back behind your finger a little bit. Fit and finish is very good on this blade, as is typical for their offerings, and you've got a nice finish on the spine and also the choil imoto neck. Very comfortable blade. Balance point on this blade is pretty close to a pinch grip, maybe slightly in front of a pinch grip, so about right there. And my pinch grip might be just a touch behind that, so very neutral feeling. Got a little bit of a blade weight feel to it, just enough to give you some chopping power. Let's take a close-up look at some of the characteristics. So here's a close-up look at the blade, and you can see Masakage's chiseled kanji in there. So very nice job as usual on their kanji. And this again, this suminagashi type cladding layered look has a kind of a frosted finish to it. It's a very interesting look, or kind of a classy look to it. And as I said, fit and finish is quite good on this blade. Let's look at the profile of the knife itself. You've got a little bit of a flat spot towards the heel, not a lot, and then a gentle curve towards the tip where your belly of the knife shows up. And the spine, or I should say, excuse me, the choil shot shows that it does get pretty thin towards the edge with the grind of the blade. Let's take a look at it on our board. Change our focus. There we go. So here's what it looks like on the cutting board. So you flow into a little bit of a flat spot towards the heel. About right there is where your flat spot is. Not a big one. And then it gently curves into the tip. I can get fairly high on this blade before I start digging. I'm digging about right there. So I can get fairly high on this blade before I start digging in on the tip. So in that respect it works well. This knife would be a really nice rocking motion if you would like to rock cut. If you want a big long flat spot, this really doesn't have that. But it's kind of a good all-around profile. Like I said, unless you want specifically looking for a real flat profile. But again, overall just a nice feel to the blade, nice finish on the blade. Out of the box edge is very, very good, as is usual for Masakage. This one I'll give a good solid 7 out of 10. Very, very sharp, and it has a pretty good tooth or bite to the edge. And again, out of the box, this baby is ready to rock and roll. So another real nice offering from Masakage. So this is their all stainless line, the Masakage Kiri Gyuto 210mm knife.